bless. God bless. Welcome back to my channel. I am Charlene, and I have an update for you guys concerning my routine and spending time with God and my Bible reading plan. I have a lot to talk about. So this is somewhat of like a vlog, like a kind of like a chill thing. Like, I don't want to be sounding too formal or anything. I'm just chilling. But anywho, so if you are new here, or if you have just been kind of intermediate or mitten, however you say it, when you just, you pick and choose your videos, you may have missed something. So I'm just going to catch you up. If you don't know, I have two phones by a technicality. I was blessed with this XS Max for free. And I was using it with Straight Talk, and then Straight Talk did something where they took my number and tried to give it back and a whole bunch of stuff where I couldn't use this phone anymore. So my husband blessed me with a iPhone 11. But anywho, this was my everything phone, my filming, my personal phone, everything. And it was fine because this has a lot of space. Now my new phone doesn't have it so much. But anywho, long story short, this phone now, I use it kind of like a resource. Like, even when I'm talking to you guys, I can say, cool, I can show you something, as well as record at the same time, because I am in no position to buy a camera. But anywho, so I have this section on my phone. It's called Quiet Time, right? And it pretty much has all my biblical Bible apps, commentaries, devotions, whatever. And I've been using the Bible YouVersion app. And I have been using that as far as reading with or along with me reading in a physical Bible. I talked to you guys last year, and I let you guys know that Old Testament is hard for me. Most of it, not all of it. Well, let's fast forward, or let's backtrack a little bit. Okay, so the Old Testament was hard for me, right? It was super duper hard for me to digest, for me to re-understand and comprehend, for me to get into. I will often fall asleep or get tired or get frustrated and just quit, especially when I try to go from Genesis forward. So I picked up a Bible reading plan that was kind of like in and out of books and stuff, and kind of like reading multiple books, and it worked. It was like, because my mind was so busy and the ADHD, it's like it somehow worked. Like, okay, today I'm reading from Psalms, tomorrow I'm reading from Daniel or Daniel. I want to say David so bad, but David doesn't have a book. I know that. Sorry, y'all. But anywho, yeah, so, where am I? See, my mind's go, like chasing a rat or something. So I use this app to read along in the same translation in my physical Bible for some serious books. I started out actually in my other ESV, the hardcover one, reading 2 King. Yeah. And then I read First Chronicles in here, and now I'm reading 2 Chronicles all over the place, because I'm trying to find a feel of like where I want to be, because I'm trying to use my Bibles. But I also want to have somewhat of a organized thing going on. It's a long story, but I get it together. But I do know I had slowed down as far as like note taking and making everything about having a big Bible study and just reading and meditating. And that has been a blessing beyond words, because like, whoa, like you can get so studious with the Bible that you make it not enjoyable, or you make it more than what it has to be. Like, how I want to say this. Let's think about the origin of the Bible and how it was presented to us. It was presented to us before Bible journaling, which means it was a regular book. Now, obviously, as people grow and mature in reading and understanding and studying, you go into commentary, make a note, sermons, and this, that, and the third. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but we have to remember that we're learning through reading. Like, you need to read the word. Otherwise, you're no different than any other person out there or any other religion that solely base their salvation and the sanctification of their soul through experience or what somebody has said. Like, the truth is in the word. You have to actually read the word. And y'all know I'm a big study person. Like, I like notes, I like highlighting, I like putting things here and there and organizing and color codes. I love all that stuff. But what God has been dealing with me with is like, be intimate with me. And being intimate sometimes means eliminating things. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm not neglecting them entirely, but I took a moment to just read. And y'all, this has been a blessing to me. Like I said, I had this Bible, First Chronicles, then I turned this on in the YouVersion app, and I'm listening and reading along together, and I felt like that information stuck better with my busy mind than me just trying to read and tune out the voices in my head. Because one thing research tells you is that if you read out loud, you hearing your own voice is teaching yourself. And you're more likely to hold on to the information versus just listening to someone else talking and you're not having a visual in front of you. So I decided to kill two birds with one stone. I'm listening to the audio app and I'm reading out loud myself. So it's like making sure I'm definitely getting this information. I want it to stick because I want to be able to share it with you all. And not just you all, but people in everyday life. Like, I want to know what I'm talking about. I want to know what I'm believing in, right? So that's what I've been doing. And I recommend that to anybody who struggle like me. You have ADHD, you have a busy mind, you have racing thoughts, you have intrusive thoughts, any type of intellectual disability that involves your mental health, like things that you cannot help, like schizophrenia or bipolar, anything like that. I highly recommend reading out loud and having the Bible audio at the same time. Or if you just choose to read out loud, which I don't see anything wrong with that, I think that is helpful too. But for me, it was like icing on the cake to hear like someone else reading the same thing I'm saying. So that was a big help to me. And I wanted to share this with you all because I told y'all that I really, truly struggled with the Old Testament. And I always get stuck around First King. But I did it, y'all. I read First King, I read Second King, I read First Chronicles. Like, to God be the glory. I'm in Second Chronicles, and guess what? I dived just right on in. I was like, let's move on. Like, I'm intrigued, I'm excited, and I want to hear more, and I want to learn more. And I know this is a God-given desire because this isn't in me. This wasn't me. Like, don't get me wrong. I read my Bible. I studied my Bible. But it was more so as an act of discipline myself versus like this passion and desire that I have that has grown within the past couple of years. I've read the Bible since being saved at 11 years old. But it wasn't until being an adult and really analyzing how I want to approach this and asking God for help that I'm just like, whoa, y'all. Who don't want to spend time with God and get to know him and get our back history and have better understanding? Like, we ask all day long, Lord, give me wisdom, give me knowledge. It's here. It's right here. And sometimes that means not being stubborn, stepping outside your comfort zone for a while. Y'all know I've been on a roller coaster of a ride when it comes to translations and different Bibles, but this was a really comfortable reading Bible. The hardcover one, same things. I mean, they're the same one. It just got different covers. But I would say that for me, the seriousness of reading was a little different with the hardcover. It's like, this is my reading Bible. Versus with this, it's like, okay, I can interact, I can bend and I can fold, I can get comfortable. You know, it was just something about it. Like I said, it could just be in my mind. But I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I want to be a help to someone. Maybe you say, I get tired, I get sleepy, I get frustrated, it gets boring. Listen, try this. Try reading along and having the YouVersion app or any other app that actually reads out loud. But I like the YouVersion app because it's an actual like human voice. Because there's other apps I've downloaded and it was just like Siri talking, like the Siri male, the Siri female voice, and it's like that, you know, it don't stick. Like, it's just like a robot talking to you. Whereas it's an actual voice on the YouVersion app. And like I said, that's the only one I know of because that's the one that came with, I get my devotion, my verse of the day, I do a Bible reading plan. Like, I can do everything in a one-stop shop, which is why I choose that app. But yeah, So I want to chit chat about that. So I'm still using the Bible tracking app. Make sure I update it. Oh, there it is. All right. Nope, it's not updated. I'll be using the one I'm recording on, but let me go ahead in here. I am up to chapter 7 in 2nd Chronicles. So that puts me at 93.9% of completing the Bible, y'all. Like, we're so close. I'm definitely going to do it this year. Like, may the Lord will, I will be finished with reading the Bible entirely. Not necessarily in order, but that was bits and pieces of order. Like, I did Genesis to where I'm at now in order. And then I did some of the New Testament kind of like back to back, but we're getting there. Now, when I get down with this reading plan, I'm most certainly gonna be in a from cover to cover plan. That is definitely my golden desire. That's not to downplay what I did here, because this is definitely an accomplishment. But now that I had the bits and pieces to flow, and it's like, and now that I have the memory of reading some things, like if I can just be consistent and jump right back in there, I know for sure I will have a better chance, opportunity of reading and hearing and understanding and remembering to a point where I can tell it like a story. And that's my whole goal. That's my passion. Like, to be able to sit here and say, y'all know what David did. Child, David did. You know, like, just, and now I'm kind of like that now. Like, some things in my mind, like even the story about him and Bathsheba, like, I think because it was in Sunday school and children's church, like you kind of get the rated PG version. But then as you read it as an adult, it's like, man, you think about if someone ever wanted someone so bad that they would get their spouse killed to be with them. And then, of course, God is not pleased. So it's she pregnant with your child, but I want that child. Sacrifice for your sin. So that's a big deal. Like, because imagine being in that position, and we do it all the time, especially like for me, you think about, like I said, I had a child outside of marriage, right? I was a young teenage mom or whatever, and it's like there's a lot of sacrificing in that situation that affects my marriage now, and I get so aggravated and so agitated, like, why do things got to be this way? Like dealing with the co-parenting part. That's right there alone is like, whether you're a Christian or not. And I think obviously you get taken advantage of because you are supposed to be the Christian one, but to God be the glory, right? But even in that situation like that, it's like, like you want to say, please God, like this, I don't want to deal with this anymore. But it's like, these are the consequences of your sin. You lay down, you had sex, you fornicated, a child was produced, you weren't married to this man. So now you have to deal with this separation and she being here one weekend and there, you know, it's a lot. And I used to be so bitter and aggravated about it, but now I'm just like, God, it's my fault, and I'll take that. But anywho, I thank God for this opportunity to share with y'all. I will have more videos in this same shirt talking to y'all because I got a lot to say, and I have been able to make videos consistently. I had a little gap, but I'm back on it. But I please encourage you, if you are having any type of struggles with reading the Bible, like just you in a quiet space, or maybe you're in a loud space, put on your headphones, listen to the audio while you read along with your eyes. I've done that too, because obviously, usually, like especially on the weekend, my house is loud. So loud. But thank God for headphones, and you can just tune out the world and pay attention. Like, God is worth the effort, y'all. Remember that. God is worth the effort. I love you guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.